Guys, daughter of Inyanga here, aka Tavia. Um, I have some messages from Spirit. Spoiler alert! If you have not seen the new Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker, click off now. I'm going to be talking about the movie and correlations with Spirit. So, go watch it and then come back. So, I woke up at the witching hour this morning. I didn't need to be awake because I was off. Normally I wake up at 3 something in the morning to get to work by 5. So I was severely irritated that I was awoken. But it ended up being a good thing because I ended up watching the new Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. And there was a lot of correlations, validations, and confirmations from Spirit. So I'm a Capricorn. Emotions aren't necessarily my number one priority. Like, I feel everything, I'm very jovial, laughter, but I don't necessarily show them. For the last 6 months, I learned I was a Scorpio Rising, which is a water sign, and I've been very emotional. So I was in tears in multiple points of the movie, and I felt like my eyes welling up. So that's been new for me. So the messages were just very profound, and I felt like Spirit was speaking to me through the movies, because like I told you, they speak to me through movies, music, and a lot of visual or sound. So at the opening of the movie, Rey, the main character, is in this forest, and she's levitating, and she's meditating, and these rocks are going around her, and she keeps saying, be with me, and then you hear Master Luke say, once you accept being a Jedi, you have access to all the Jedis that have come before you. Nothing happens. And then she's kicking ass and taking names on this obstacle course, and she gets frustrated with herself because she wasn't at the point where she wanted to be. So that we can liken to us getting frustrated on our journey with Spirit. And we can get irritated, and she was kicking ass and taking names on the obstacle course, but because she didn't reach her one level that she wanted to, she erased all the other things that she had just done. So, just like the video that I did yesterday talking about your self-worth and your personal power, don't deny yourself the small victories. It's okay to be excited about winning the battle, even if you haven't necessarily won the war yet. So, with that, the Force is real, because it's just called something different. To me, it's called Spirit. So, with the comment that Master Luke made about you have access to all the Jedis who have ever lived before you, I always use the word legions when speaking about my guides and my ancestors and everything. Legions is 6,000 upon 6,000 people or soldiers, if you're using it in the term of war or battle. And it's the same correlation of she would have every Jedi that ever lived alongside her. You have the same. You have every single one of your ancestors lined up behind you. You have every single one of their spirit guides and yours lined up behind you. You have every single one of their ascended masters and yours lined up behind you. You have every single one of their healers lined up behind you, and their angels and their saints and anything else that you can think of. You have a link to them. And to correlate that point, at the end they have a battle, and Poe Dameron says, there's not enough of us. There's too many. We can't fight them. And Poe says, the dark side wants us to think that. They want us to think that they're alone. So in the movie, the Final Order, they're like a navy. They're all together, collected in one spot. So they give you the energy of we are bigger, we are stronger, we are together, right? But the resistance, there was many more, but there was small little factions of people. And just like the dark side on our plane, they're going to make you feel like that you're alone, that you can't do it, that you can't get there. It's not going to happen. But what do you have to do? You just have to call out to your legions, and they're there for you. And if you ask for help, it will come. It may not come on your timetable, or I know my spirit guides, if I'm having psychic attacks, they're fighting for me on the other side. Look, they're saying yes. You see how crazy that candle flame is going? So that's another way. They're communicating right now. They're here with how bright the flame is flickering. They're letting me know that they're here. That's another thing people take for granted. This is a sign. Some people don't recognize things like that. So, in the end of the movie, Poe's like, they're in a battle, they're outnumbered, they're surrounded, and they're like, I'm sorry everyone, we're gonna die. Nobody came to help us. Lando Calrissian is like, you better look behind you. Then there's thousands of ships. They're like, sorry we're late. The dark side made them feel like they weren't gonna make it. We're like ants. Ants can overrun things that are like 100 times their size and pick it clean like that. We are many. We may just be spread out like the resistance all over the world. And that's why I love social media, because it's like I have found my family. I have found people that I know I've had multiple lifetimes with, and people who speak to my soul language. So even though we may be far apart, we can still be connected and come to each other's aid. So in the end, Darth Sidious and Rey are having a fight. And he basically, tries to take her out. He's like, you're weak. You can't do this shit. And then she starts to meditate again like she did in the beginning. She keeps saying, be with me, be with me, be with me. What starts happening? Jedi start speaking to her. What do they tell her? Get up. You can do this. You're stronger than that. You have every spirit of the Jedi with you that have ever lived. Use it. What does she start doing? She starts getting up. She picks up Leia's lightsaber, and he starts, shooting lightning at her. In the other stories, or the other Star Wars, what happens? It, kills the person. She's like, nope. I'm a Jedi. I'm not going towards the dark side. I'm sticking to the light. And I'm going to channel all that energy from all the Jedi that are here with me now. It goes into the lightsaber. Then what does she do? She grabbed Master Luke's lightsaber and she crosses it and she sends it back to him. He made her feel like she was weak. He made her feel like she could not do it. That's what they want us to think. They want us, just like my video yesterday, they want you to doubt your self-worth and deny your own personal power. Because when we rise up all together, like they did in the end, we're like ants and we can overrun them without any issues whatsoever. So remember, you have legions behind you. You have the Force, you have Spirit, you have your angels, you have your ancestors, you have everyone with you. You may not be able to see them, but they're always there and they're always with you, and all you have to do is call out to them and they hear you. Start praying. And remember that you are never alone. And always remember, I've said it before, light always permeates the darkness. You need one little flame to permeate the darkness, and you can find your way out. And you just have to know that you're strong enough and that you can do it. So I hope that those messages were valid for you and you got confirmation and you got what you needed, because it was so profound and so powerful that Spirit was like, okay, you have to share this. So please share these videos. That's the reason why I do them. And I would love comments or likes, just so that I know that I'm reaching your soul and I'm also speaking your soul language. So I hope you have an amazing day, and namaste. And the light in you sees the light in me.